I was born and raised in Portland, Oregon. Graduated high school in 1966, and the war was already in progression. Everybody knew about the draft and, protests going on throughout the country and whatnot. It was probably in September of ’67, I got a notice from the draft board. Went to Fort Lewis, Washington for basic training, which was 8 or 9 weeks. When I got to Vietnam, I went to the 9th Infantry Division. The battalion I was in was stationed about 20 miles north of Saigon. When I first got into country, we did a lot of security for convoys going up and down Highway 1. There was only one paved highway in Vietnam. Usually every day, for about a month we did that, and then at night we would pull security on bridges. And then from then at night, we would also send out ambush patrols, trying to guess where they're gonna be or where they're not gonna be. So we did that a lot. After that first month, I think then we kind of went more search and destroy missions. At that time, I was carrying an M60 machine gun, which wasn't fun, but the new guy always gets it, which for me, it was about 2 months, and somebody else came in and handed it off to him. Here you go, buddy. And then it was just basically carrying an M16 or a grenade launcher, whatever the case may be. I went in to be a RTO, which is a radio telephone operator for the company commander. And it wasn't really a promotion by any means. It was probably a demotion, if anything, because you got that big long antenna stick out there and pretty much a target. I think our biggest deterrent, outside of being ambushed and snipers and things of that nature, which you always stumble on it, but we had a lot of booby traps down the Mekong Delta. They probably took more casualties than gunfire total. I can't think of a mission we didn't go out and maybe somebody got hurt. It was quite common. There was maybe 700 or 800 of us at that point that got pulled out early, about 6 weeks before my 1 year was up. I had no idea it was coming. They just came out in the field, Kramer, you're going home. We had to go to, I think it was Mito. It was one of the big bases down south. And we had to learn how to be in the Army again, do marching and drilling and stuff like that. Because we had to do a parade in Seattle when we got home. And I remember there was still that anti-war effort going on. So there was a lot of boos and hisses and anti-military things going on, which, it was prevalent during the day and you kind of accepted it and then just the way it was. But it was a long time before Vietnam veterans really got their share due of recognition for what they did and what they sacrificed for. I don't regret my time for anything. I think I learned a lot about life, how to live my life. I know how fragile life was. I think the biggest thing I took from my time in Vietnam was how many benefits we have in this country that people take for granted. I mean, just merely a roof over your head, running water, you got food on the table, you got a warm bed to sleep in. And there's a lot of people in this world that don't have that opportunity. Usually a flesh wound will heal over time, but a mental wound to the mind never heals. It's always there. It never goes away. But I don't live that way. Actually, I got 22 medals after I got home. 5 of them were children, and 17 of them were grandchildren. That was my reward.